Well, hello and welcome to Rocardians Lair as we continue our journey through the original figures. So please like, please subscribe, and you can see more of this if you wish to subject yourself to that kind of torture. So we've done two lots of Jabba's Palace, looking at some of the creatures. Today we're going to have a quick look at Jabba's Palace, the Rebels, Leia, Luke and Lando. We're not going to cover Solo and R2 because they'll come into the last 17 range. So if you want to have your pulse racing quicker than watching an episode of The Acolyte, then continue watching and we'll get right into it. So here we are with our fabulous figures. Lando in disguise, Leia in disguise and Luke, who's not in disguise. So let's take these two out and we'll have a quick look at Lando. So firstly, it's easy to say, common weapon, really easy to get. They're not really reproduced because they're that easy to get and they're not expensive. So even if you've got a loose one, you should be able to pick these one up relatively cheaply. His helmet obviously is unique to him and it's quite cool, to be fair. I quite like it, especially the packaging on the mock, but obviously it adds that bit to the figure, and it obviously can be moved like Luke, Stormtrooper, Leia and others. So but then when we look at the figure itself, then from a paint point of view, then if you can see just there's a little bit of paint rub. So the base, feet, legs are in this colour, and the boots and this lining, strapping and the hip, top of the hip is all painted on. So it's worth checking with your paint rub around there. And then this back or torso is all brown with the silver painted on. And I've not seen them with loads of rub on there. Usually, although it protrudes out, it's usually pretty good. And this one's in good condition there. And there's not a lot of detail on that. And then the arms, my understanding, I believe, are black all the way through. And then the hands, the wrist guard, and the shoulders are painted on. And to be fair, like the other figures, you need to be checking the hands. And I've not really, these are pretty good condition. I've not really seen paint rub on there. And then the head, obviously you've got his face, solid black hair, so it's worth checking the back to make sure there's no rub around there. And then you've actually got white detailing with the eyes and little black dots and the little black moustache in there. And to be fair, I played with mine as a kid. I didn't really get a lot of paint rub on there. So, excellent figure, love Lando. Let's just move him out of the way for a second. Leia. So what can we say about Princess Leia other than she's just amazing? What a great figure. And you do get slightly different head varieties. So firstly, weapon is unique to her, and often the top part will get but for display purposes, not a lot of people realise that when the hands are down, there's a slot there that you can actually insert that part of the gun, and it holds it in place, and it looks really, really good because realistically you can't have it in your hands. So really clever bit of design. Thing about the gun is I've seen quite often where the end bits are broken off, and I think that's deliberate. I think because when people have done it for display purposes or whatever, but you do find some of the guns are cut off there, so we don't want that. We want it all in piece. Also comes with its own helmet, which again, it fits neatly over there for display purposes, or obviously you can display it on the head. And it is cast in the orange colour. So this grey and this grey is all painted on, and you do get varying degrees of wear on these or fade, so that's worth looking out for. And then Princess Leia, the actual main build, cast in this brown with that brown painted in, and I think, unless it's my eyes, the toes are a slightly different shade that's painted on. It might be my eyesight. Again, when we come up to the torso, you're looking to make sure that this grey is all nice and tidy, and the brown and that, and it just, this is really a good figure. She looks great, bless her. And then the arms, again, cast in this colour with the brown painted on, and the hands are actually tips are the same as that colour, so you don't really get, you know, I've seen lots of these over this, and you don't get a lot of paint rub with them, because actually where it would rub, that's what it's cast in. And then you come all the way up to the face. Obviously you've got your brown hair, which is painted on, and then cast in the pink fleshy colour with the little eyes, isn't it? Little eyes put in there. But if we put her back together, so in fact if I take that off, so you can see with the arm down, you've got the slot there, and it just fits in nicely. And then helmet on there, and we're away. Excellent. And finally we'll come on to Luke. So the interesting thing about Luke is he's got two weapons. So blaster, or Palce blaster, which him and I think Lando General has the Palce blaster as well. So it's not unique to him, but it is a rare weapon to get. It is a harder one to get. And then the lightsaber, which is unique to game. And there is two versions. There's the green and the blue. Now originally he was due to have a blue lightsaber, and that's why he came out with a blue lightsaber, or it was produced with a blue lightsaber. However, when they were adding the CGI in, it didn't look very good against the blue sky background when they were on the sail barge. So out went the blue lightsaber, and in came the green. And to be fair, I quite like the green. Sometimes they don't hold very well in the grip, so you just turn it a little bit and it holds better. They also come with, or Luke also comes with, his own cape, and it's worth, because I've got another one here, you can see here where it's all frayed, so it's worth checking that that's nice and tidy. And there is a variant where it's a clip. I think they're called bulldog. No, they're not bulldog clips, but basically the press studs. That's it. There's a press stud clip there, which I haven't got one of those yet, so I need to put that on my to-do list. If we come to the figure itself, then there ain't a lot that can go wrong with it. Legs are cast all in black, so you ain't getting no rub there. The right arm is cast all in black, you ain't getting no rub there. The torso is all in black, so you're not getting any rub there. And the left arm is all in black except for the flesh painted on the hands, and you can just see there is a little bit of paint rub there on the fingers. And then when you come up to obviously the face, you've got your flesh coloured face, your brown hair, and the paint colour can go off because this is obviously my second Luke, and you can see there, if you compare, obviously the hairs are slightly, and you do get slightly different shades of brown because it depends what's in the mix when they make it, but he looks really sick and ill there. He's had too much of Jabba's, well, too many visits to Jabba's bar, I think. It looks like he's going to throw up. So, but anyway, and you do get, surprisingly, on the Lukes, you do get a bit of nose rub. So you can see that there, nose rub, whereas that one, you've not got it so much. So that's really paint wise, making sure it's not faded, and paint rub on the nose. They're your two main things with Luke. Otherwise, it is very easy. So, we'll bring them back in, and I have to say, I think they are excellent figures there, all three of them. Really good design, really good layout. So there you have it. Just a quick review of three of the coolest figures in the range, rebel wise. Loved them as a kid. Everybody loved Jedi. I remember going to the cinema to watch it twice. Just amazing, great figures. So have yourselves an excellent day, and I'll see you all soon.